Hello and welcome back to Bannerlord Modded. We're here at this castle and we're about to attack it straight away. That is exactly what I'm going to try and do in this episode. We are going to go on a bit of a spree, bit of a siege spree, and we are just generally going to focus on that. We're going to focus on trying to expand our territory as much as we possibly can, because if we can't do that, then the Aserai are going to continue to be a pain. And they are going to be that, proverbial thorn in our side as much as they wish, and we do not wish that, thank you very much. So, the one thing that I have to do is I have to find where those ladders are. They're probably around the side here, aren't they? Yes, indeed. There they are. Fantastic. Look at that. Defying the laws of gravity. I always find that rather amusing when these kinds of things happen, but yes, anyway. Let's get the ladder up, and then we'll tell our people to charge in. I'm going to go up here really fast. This is what I'm talking about. I'm aiming, and it's been about a minute so far since I've started the episode, alright? So it's been about a minute. So I'm aiming to have this siege completed by 2 minutes 30. What do you think? Can we do it? Can we speed run the siege itself? I would say it's probably unlikely, because it's me. But I would love to be able to. I would love to be able to get that out of here. Get this done. Let's see if I can maybe make it work. If I can make it work, then that's going to be fantastic. If I can't, then, then we're just going to die. And that's not going to be very nice. Yes, exactly. It's got these guys. These guys are being annoying. Okay, let's tell everyone to charge in as well. Let's just try and slay as many people as possible. Why am I moving so slowly? You notice this? Why am I moving so slowly? Is that literally because of my athletic skill? Oh my goodness. No, there we go. We're actually moving a lot faster now. This is kind of strange. Oh well, never mind. But yeah, I actually wanted to go to the main gate because I thought to myself, oh yes, the main gate. The main gate is going to be really good for me because then I'm going to be able to open it up, and then our forces will be able to get inside really easily. And that's the first thing that I thought of. But then I thought, well, that actually takes quite a bit of time for me to hit the inner gate enough for it to be destroyed, and the enemy is just going to continue closing it. They're just going to continue closing it over and over again whenever I try to open it. So I'm thinking that the best thing for me to do right now is to just go here, basically. Just go here, wait until the ladders have been put up, and look at how many people I've killed so far. I've actually killed a pretty significant amount, which I'm not patting myself on the back so much there, but generally, not bad, right? Not bad progression that we've got going on here. So what we really want to do is not go up here, because apparently there are no people up here. But what we want to do is we want to get this done. It's already past 2 minutes 30. How annoying. All right, let's just go zoom. Maybe we can finish them off real fast. There we go. Nice. Okay, that's actually not too bad. I feel like we actually did quite well there. And look at that. I got 33 kills with Byron. That is pretty good, actually. That's kind of surprising. Usually I'm not able to get that many kills because either my forces are just doing so much work, or I get cornered and killed almost instantly, or whatever the case may be. I'm usually not someone that is going to get a huge amount of luck in that regard. So anyway, we're just going to increase this to like 250 or so. Going to increase this to tier 4, and improved garrison training is always nice. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move on straight away. That's it. That is what we're going to do. We're going to move on straight away. We're going to try and take Iyakis if we can. That is the next target of ours. It has only 160 defenders. You see? This is exactly my point. This is the reason why I want to do this. Because if we can do this, and then the war exhaustion kicks in, we will have increased our territory in such a way so that we will always have a way to solidify it and garrison those defenses. And then when, inevitably, the Aserai decides to declare war against us again, those garrisons are going to be like rock. They're going to be like steel. They're going to be extremely difficult to penetrate for the opponent. And that's exactly what we want. Oh yes, that is exactly what we want. These ladders are not defying the laws of gravity, which is nice to see. So let's see what I can do here. Maybe I'm going to be able to get this up and maybe just get the gate open this time around. Basically, all I do is I go into the battlements, I take a look at the courtyard, see how many people are in front of the gate itself. And if there's a lot of them, then I might just literally walk the other way, because I think maybe it's too much bother, too much work for very little payoff, because let's face it, there are only 159 people here. There's not that many, right? There's not that many people, so it kind of makes sense for us to not put too much effort and too much manpower into eliminating the gate itself. Because, as I say, there's not that many people here. If there were more people, so let's say if there were like, I don't know, 600 or 600, 700, 800 or something like that, then I would definitely consider taking the gate down and destroying it, because it's going to be a much lengthier engagement. And that makes sense, in my opinion. It makes sense to put in that extra effort for a bigger payoff. Alright, wait a minute. I'm getting cornered here. I'm getting cornered. I need to get out of here really, really fast. Let's just try and eliminate some people along the way while I can. And I'm just going to slay some people along the battlements here because I can. And I can kill them all in one hit for the most part. And that's exactly what I... Oh, getting shot in the face. Not very good for my health. Thank you. Not very good for my health. And did this guy shoot me with the ballista? No way. There's no way I would have been able to survive. Right? There's no way I would have been able to survive a ballista shot to the face. So it was probably just a regular bow shot. But still. That is pretty dastardly of them. Oh well, never mind. Nice, nice. Come on, let's just continue avoiding, continue using the distraction of the opponent, because they apparently are really not focusing on me at all for some reason. I don't know why they wouldn't. Hello there. Oh, there's a lot of people. Okay, get him. Get him. Eliminate them all while we can. There we are. Nice. Okay, I'm going to tell my people to charge in now as well because, well, they need to. I'm pretty sure all of the ladders have been raised by now. And as you can see, look, we've got some people helping us. One person, actually. Yeah, one person. I don't know why I was so excited about seeing one person, but generally, I'm kind of excited to see anyone here, to be honest. Never would have expected my own forces to be that fast to get up here. Get him. There we are. Thank you. Take out that guy as well. And I think that... Yeah, look at this. Look at this. There are basically no enemies defending in this situation. Look. Oh, I'm so sorry that you can't see anything, because I cannot see anything either, to be honest. I literally cannot see anything. I am just walking around completely blindly. And I mean, that is to be expected. There are just no lights in there whatsoever. Anyway, zoom mode. Let's go zoom mode. I'm pretty sure my forces will be able to eliminate the last couple of people. And there you go. The enemies are now retreating. So we have taken Iyakis very, very fast. And, well, there's no surprise there, because there were basically no people in the garrison to defend it anyway. But we are getting some nice horses as well. I've actually figured out that my plan for replacing a couple of my infantry and replacing them with cavalry is not really going to work as intended. You know why? I just don't have any cavalry. I have no cavalry in any of my garrisons, which is really weird. I'm not entirely sure why that is, but it might be the case of, well, my improved garrison setting maybe prevents that from happening. I'm not entirely sure, but if you take a look here, what can you actually make? Because as far as I'm aware, I don't think you can... I don't think you can change that. But I think maybe you can? Ah, yeah. So you can change it with the template manager. Okay, so I've never used the templates because I personally find them extremely confusing. So I just basically let Improved Garrison do whatever it wants to do. But what you can theoretically do is you can add troops here. So for example, if I wanted to add a template, so if I wanted to have cavalry and I wanted to make them out of Aserai, then, as you can see here, move the troops you want the Improved Garrison to train towards the left side of the screen. Make sure you select the amount you want to have trained. We'll always try to have this amount of units in the garrison and automatically train new units once there are less in the garrison. So if I want to, I can basically make as many of this particular kind of cavalry as I want. So if I want a huge amount of these, so if I say that I want... Let's say that I want 900, which is completely unrealistic, but let's say I want 900 in there, then Improved Garrison is going to attempt to train 900 of these cavalry Obviously, I'm not going to do that right now because I personally don't like using templates or anything like that, but generally that's how you would do it if you want to do it that way. I just find it a bit too confusing for my liking, so I'm just generally going to leave it the way it is for the moment. I am going to go into the Manage Town screen, however, though, and I'm just going to put some money in there. These guys really have not improved their town at all, which is kind of annoying, but there you go. Alright, so Iyakis is now ours, which is fantastic. What's the war exhaustion like? Okay, 77. We're already taking Kasira as well, as you can see right there. Gono's army is doing a fantastic job. He really is doing a great amount of work right there. And that is exactly what we wanted him to do. We basically needed him to do that. We needed him, or someone, to take up the slack of being able to potentially capture other places. Because without some kind of support, it's just going to be me taking 2 fiefs, and then the war exhaustion is going to kick in, or then the enemy army is going to come along like this. Thankfully, that guy is just ignoring me to go and defend Kasira, which is absolutely fantastic. But I'm a little bit worried now that Gono's army is going to potentially get murdered, but hopefully that's not going to happen. Hopefully they are going to get done over there before the enemy army, actually gets to their destination. But if not, then we're just gonna have to deal with it. But it would be wonderful if we could take Kasira before the war exhaustion kicks in. And then, once the war exhaustion has kicked in, we're gonna find a new target, of course, because that's what we do. And now things are starting to look really good for us as well, because I don't know whether you've noticed, but most of the factions in our nearby vicinity, with the exception of the Palatians, of course, and maybe the Western Empire to a lesser extent. But those 2 factions, they're looking very good. Yeah, they're looking very good, actually. Kind of surprisingly good. Palatians very scary with their current combat strength and the amount of territory that they have. And we haven't really done battle against them that much, so obviously they might be a little bit more dangerous than you think, you know what I mean? But generally, once we have a war exhaustion peace agreement declared, I will be attempting, if I can, to find our next target. And obviously we've pretty much destroyed the Botanians. The Cortanian Vlandians are kind of gone. I mean, they have a couple of towns still remaining, so they could potentially still pose a bit of a threat, especially if they are left alone for enough period of time. They might very well just gather massive amounts of forces and then be quite dangerous with 1 or 2 armies that they might run around with. But apart from that, well, there's not much. The Vagirs are completely gone, basically. Botanians, as I said, are almost completely gone. Western Empire, on the other hand, not so much. They're pretty good. They're doing pretty well. And otherwise, who else is there? The Khuzait, they're basically gone. They've been eliminated by the Khergits, as far as I'm aware, or at least I think so. And yeah, so there's a number of factions that could still pose a bit of a threat, but for the most part, in the closest vicinity, it's just the Palatians that are going to cause us a bit of a headache potentially. But I obviously am not entirely sure whether that will actually happen. So we're going to find out whether that does happen, because we did have a significant amount of war support. If you remember, in one of the previous episodes recently, we had about, I think it was like 6% support initially. But then when I looked, merely 24 in-game hours later, I had almost 90% support for war against the Palatians. And then we had some other thing happen at the exact same time, and then it was basically there was basically no point in me declaring war against the Palatians from then on. So that it could happen. It is very, very likely that it could happen in the near future, and that is when things are going to get dicey. I feel like the Palatians will probably cause us the most problems, but we'll see. Anyway, let's get going from Jamia Castle, and I will attempt to take Habya now as well. While Kasira and Gono are, distracting the enemy army. Let's have a look. How many do they have here? Ooh, they've actually got a pretty significant amount of people. Do you think we can do this? 678. I'm not entirely sure about this, to be honest. I don't know whether we can do it. Oh, they have 553, actually, not 600. Well, if you take a look at the combat strength at the moment is pretty much even. So that means that we have the advantage in terms of... they did get defeated. Oh, that's really bad. I'm going to go in. If we do get ourselves taken out, then I can always retreat, and then maybe we can get something going there. Maybe we can get something going, you know, just run away. Maybe we can try and escape from the focus of the nearby army, and I'm just going to try and go on a killing spree here. Basically, my main objective right now is not to go for the main gate, but my main objective is to get as many kills as possible in the shortest time possible, because doing that inflicts the most possible morale damage, and that is exactly what we want to do. We want to try and make the enemy fear us. They want to be afraid of the bread slicer. You know, the golden bread slicer, no less. Even though it's not gold, it's not golden at all, but still. Yes, we want them to be afraid of that, and we want them to run away very, very fast. But, obviously, that very much depends on whether I'm actually able to get a number of kills. And I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to be able to do that. As you can see right here, I am getting a bit swarmed, which I do not appreciate. There we go. Thankfully, this weapon is really nice and quick. Yes. Just stay within melee range. Just the uptime of staying in melee is really, really important. Because if I'm doing damage, it doesn't really matter how much damage I'm doing, as long as I'm doing some damage. Oh, look at that guy. He just went floppy all over the place. There we go. Take out that guy as well. We want to make sure that the catapults are also dealt with, or the trebuchets, or whatever they're called. You know, over here. Not trebuchets. They are catapults, but they're also called onagers, aren't they? Something along those lines. But yeah, generally, we want to try and eliminate those, and then just help our forces on the battlements. It seems like we're doing okay so far. I should probably tell my forces to charge in relatively soon. So let's do that right now. Seems like our ladders are deployed. And I'm going to go up here, see if I can maybe eliminate a couple more people. I need to take out this high-level unit. Because the militia I'm not so worried about. The militia, they're not really that big a deal. But the high-level units, yeah, they are the ones that you kind of need to worry about, because they're the ones that are going to actually deal damage with their bows. They're going to deal damage with their swords, because they just generally have decent skills in comparison to the militia ones. And they're solid, you know. Militia are solid, but they are very much just a supplementary force. They are not meant to be the main force in a garrison defense. They just generally cannot do that. They cannot hold up to scrutiny under that regard, because they are just going to be so easy to kill. Most of their gear is... I mean, I can do 200 damage, basically. I can do 200 damage to those guys without any issue whatsoever, whereas the higher tier units, they take me two kills? No, they take me 2 hits to kill. And that's pretty significant at this point in the game, considering I have, 300 one-handed weapon proficiency or something like that? That's quite a lot. And I'm still, you know, not able to one-hit every single enemy that you see here. So, obviously, you know, it obviously depends on my own skill as well, because if I hit someone in their arm or in their shoulder or something, then of course I'm not going to do as much damage as if I were to hit them, you know, in the head or something like that. There we go. Alright, I'm going to tell my people to go zoom right here, and I think that's basically it. I don't think we are going to have too many difficulties. As you can see, there's the green swarm of names coming in right there, and we are completely dominating them. Look at that. Just so many units coming in, and we are indeed done. That is it, and they are now running away. Fantastic. So look at that. I actually got 64 kills right there. That really makes a huge difference. It may not seem like a lot, but it really does. It really does make a big difference. And we were able to win that fight with a significantly weaker force than I would have expected. That was pretty good. Gotta say, that was pretty good. Let's claim the fief. We're going to be claiming pretty much every single fief that we can get our hands on as well, because, of course, everything has a price, is still active. We really do want to do something with that when the time comes. So if I can, what I would love to be able to do is maybe send a messenger or something to, you know, like the, I don't know, if I have enough money, for example, you know, send a message to the last guy that owns, I don't know, Sargeth, and then try and trade my money for that particular fief. And obviously he does have a castle. Someone has a castle on their side as well. But if you can do that successfully and trade a fief for some gold, then that faction is going to get eliminated. And that's the really, really powerful thing that you can do with everything has a price. Obviously, if it works. You know, if you're able to actually persuade the guy initially anyway to get through to that screen, the barter screen, then of course it's going to make a big difference. Anyway, look at that. I have so many prisoners that I am literally going to be getting 15,000 gold as a result of it. Really, really nice. 263 prisoners from that. And the war exhaustion is just about to kick in. Unfortunately, we were not able to take Kasira, though. So obviously that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Oh well, never mind. Let's just wait here for some time. And I'm going to be heading back. Actually, is the war exhaustion even going to kick in right now? Do you think I can take another... I'm not seeing any other castles nearby, actually. Do you think I can take this town before the war exhaustion? Nah, there we go. Never mind. I wouldn't have even been able to get over there and build the ladders in time, or and build the siege camp in time. So it's good that I waited a little bit of time, I suppose. Because otherwise it would have been a complete waste of manpower and things like that. But there you go. Alright, so Iyakis still needs to build a whole bunch of stuff. And the town is obviously going to start getting nicely built up. But look at this. Look at how much we were able to expand just from that small little, you know, attacking spree right there. We did pretty nicely, in my opinion. So what I'm going to be doing in between episodes now is I'm going to go over to Askar. I'm going to go over to Liberatus, and I might even go to Zionica as well. And I'm going to take out as many units as I can get my hands on. And then we might indeed try to make our newly acquired companion, Daria. We might try to make her into a party leader. And then we'll have an even bigger army with which to attack. And I'm not entirely sure who we are going to be able to attack next time. But let's take a look. It's not looking like anyone so far. No, and no. Okay. No one has any kind of war support. So I guess it's just a matter of time. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.